Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coffee with the Pastor. I'm Pastor John Woodin, and this is a ministry of Hollywood Faith Christian Center. Well, this week, we're going to be dealing with the threshing floor, if you will. And we're going to start today in the book of 2 Samuel. Again, David gathered all the choice men of Israel, 30,000. And David arose and went with all the people who were with him from Judah to bring up the ark of God, whose name is called by the name, and the Lord of hosts. And they set the ark of God on a new cart and brought it out of the house of Abinadab, which was on the hill. Now, first of all, Abinadab is a priest. So for 20 years, the ark has been not around. Nobody has consulted the ark. Nobody has asked God for his opinion. But David decides that he wants to bring the ark to Jerusalem. We need to bring the ark of God's presence. And they go to the house of Abinadab, and they take the ark, and they put it on a new cart. Well, first of all, the ark is not supposed to be on any cart. It's supposed to be carried by the priests. Number two is Uzzah and Ahio, the sons of Abinadab, so they should have known how to handle the ark. Ahio was going out ahead, and Uzzah was standing towards the back. And they hit a bump in the road. They hit the threshing floor of Nachon, and the ark starts to tip. And when it does, Uzzah puts his hand out just to steady the ark, and he gets zapped by God because he's not supposed to touch the ark. And it says that the anger of the Lord was aroused against Uzzah, and God struck him there for his error. Now, what was his error? Well, first of all, he didn't know how to handle the ark. That's number one. And number two is maybe God wanted to pour his glory out all over the earth. And so if Uzzah had stood back, the ark would have tipped, and the glory of God would have poured out. We don't know. But it's possible that Uzzah was being punished because he stopped the move of God. David wanted to bring the ark to Jerusalem. That was good. And he consulted with 30,000 men of Israel. He shouldn't have been consulting with the men of Israel. He should have been consulting with God. But he wasn't. And then they put it, of course, on a new cart. It shouldn't have been on any cart. So we don't know what God's intention was, but certainly... And David said, I'm afraid of God. I don't even know what to do now. So he takes the ark and he puts it aside in the house of Obed-Edom. Now, Obed-Edom is a Gittite, and he's not even Jewish. And for 3 months, the ark is in the house of Obed-Edom, and he gets his socks blessed off. Now, Obed-Edom has 8 sons, and they're all married. And every single son's wife gets pregnant at the same time, including Obed-Edom's wife. Now, she's got to be a little bit older because she's got grown sons who are married, and she gets pregnant, and everything he touched was blessed. And David is told about it, and he went and brought up the ark from the house of Obed-Edom. Now, Obed-Edom is so overtaken by God's presence that the Bible tells us later on that he sells everything and moves to Jerusalem and becomes a doorkeeper in the house of the Lord, he and his 8 sons. And that's because they can't give up on the presence. The presence is so incredible that he sells everything to follow it to Jerusalem. So, here we are, and the blessing of abundance is still, if you go to the Mishnah today, the Jewish commentaries, you will find a definition of different kinds of blessings. And the blessings of Obed-Edom is still the blessing of abundance. And that's what drove David to go back and get the ark, because he was driven by jealousy and said, wow, if this could happen to this guy, imagine what could happen to us. God bless you. We'll see you again tomorrow.